Good morning, brave awakened ones. Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics here, medical empathic intuitive certified holistic integrative health nurse, Reiki master, energy healer, and spiritual counselor and guide. I'm sure you guys have noticed that the proverbial stuff has hit the fan. Okay? I've been saying this for a while. Since I started making my videos. December was a pretty big month with the stuff hitting the fan, okay? And all you have to do is, look at any video, news video. They're not covering it much on the fake news on TV when it comes to what's going on in Paris, what's going on in Belgium, what's going on in, was it Finland? That's where it's happening now too, in Spain. And also, of course, California and all the fires, everything that's burning. But that's the dark trying to cover up what's going on to deflect, from the truth to what's going on. And so now that stuff has hit the fan, it's time for us to strike while the iron is hot. Okay, light warriors, it's time for us to strike while the iron's hot. Sorry about that. It's time for us to strike while the iron is hot. And we're going to ride in this awakening wave, which is what's causing it. What's causing all that protest going on over in Europe. Okay. Now, as light warriors, we're going to join in on this by empowering the human souls, by helping even more of them awaken, not in fighting, but in standing in their sovereignty and reclaiming their powers. Okay? As a lot of you know, especially those who've joined my webinars and who've had session with me, I work a lot with sacred geometry. This is one pattern of sacred geometry called the flower of life. Okay, and with the flower of life, how we're going to use it in a meditation with, if you want to call it affirmation or mantra, is the basics of the flower of life is the flower of life is the sacred pattern of the universe which connects all of us. That's how I see the flower of life. Is a sacred pattern of the universe which connects all of us, and it contains the sea of life and the tree of life. There are many videos explaining the flower of life in more detail and how to draw it, which I totally suggest to draw it. It's a great meditation to draw the flower of life. And because this connects us, the dark does know this, It knows we are all connected. And it manipulates and controls the human mind through, number one, television. Look where TV has been going in the past, say, like 10, 15 years. Reality, quote unquote, TV. Look at the crazy nonsense and straight up bullshit that they're playing. That's trying to influence and has influenced people's behavior. The stupidity of it all, To give an example of a show that I despise with all my being because of the way it affected my daughter, was on a certain music television channel with certain people in their early 20s or teens, in a certain beach house in Jersey, okay? My daughter started emulating those women, those misguided fools, I should say, on that show. She really did. It took a bit of me smacking her around to knock her out into reality. It took a few years, actually, because she was so enamored by them and even had the nerve to say to me, well, look at you. They're busy driving BMWs and Mercedes, and you have a Kia, and you're working your ass off, and they're just living life and having fun and being who they are, and look what got them. Needless to say, I kind of lost myself when I heard that, when that was thrown in my face. Okay, but that is how 3D society is. That's how 3D society thinks. Those dark beings in 4D, that's the crap that they're selling, and that's what our children and us, whatever, you know, we're buying, you know. But as a light worker, you know, I never bought into that crap, and I'm sure most light workers haven't, or if you did, you woke up from it rather quickly. But the human souls, you know, they're seeped in it. And now it's our turn. It's our turn, because now is the time. Now the energy is ripe, and it is here for us to strike while the iron's hot. And it's time for us to help influence the human collective mind, not just the human collective mind. Us as light workers, we're in good position. We've been positioning ourselves, the universe, we've been positioning ourselves and grounding an energy where we're going to light up that flower of life. We're going to light it up. We're going to tip the scales in the favor of love, of universal divine love. And the method is called the 100th monkey method. I'm sure there's plenty of people who heard of it out there. I heard of it first when I took primatology. Like I said, I have a degree in psych, and I was enamored by apes and chimpanzees and monkeys, and just watching their emotion. And I even had an ape. Well, it was a chimpanzee. Her name was Judy, and she was in the Staten Island Zoo, and she was suffering from depression because they took her baby away from her soon after she had the baby, once she was done breastfeeding, which sucked. So I was there to analyze Judy and write a report on her and things like that. And her treatment was absolutely horrible. She ended up dying from depression. It broke my heart, ripped my heart apart. If I could find a picture of Judy, I know I have a few pictures of her somewhere. I have thousands of pictures, actual photographs. I will try to find it and post it. But that is how I got into primatology, and that's how I heard about the 100th monkey method effects. And it was an experiment done in Japan. I think it was the 50s or 60s, and it involved macaque monkeys. They're called the snow monkeys in Japan. They always look like they're meditating, like they're so zen. And they're the ones who hang out in the warm springs in the mountains of Japan. They hang out other places too. They're not, that's just one type that hangs out there. And what these scientists did to study the monkey behavior was to just drop some sweet potatoes in the sand. And one little monkey who did not like the taste of sand on his sweet potato decided to wash the sweet potato in the salty water. And he loved the taste of the salt. And when he started doing it, his parrots started doing it. And it took like 4 to 6 years before the rest of the monkeys in that monkey troop started doing it. And then, as the scientists were counting how many monkeys were doing this, washing the sweet potato in the salty water to get the taste of the water and to make the sweet potato taste better, I'm actually going to link a video to that. It's so cute watching. It's mind-blowing too. It's really cool. It goes to show how the connection of the mind, the internet, how we're all connected in this web, which is this, okay, the flower of life. And when the 100th monkey did the sweet potato thing, next thing you know, washing of the sweet potato, next thing you know, monkeys on other islands in Japan, far, far away from where the original monkey did it, who's never saw that original monkey washing its sweet potato, started doing it. And that proved the connection in the mind. Now, of course, the dark side used this to really fuck with us. Big time, okay? I believe that's why the experiment was done. It was nothing they do is under innocent pretense or just for the sake of science and psychology and for the betterment of man. BS, okay? They did it so they could learn how to better control us and like really prove like, there's such a connection. And now, you know, around that time, what came around that time? The 50s, 60s, early 60s. TV, right? All that programming. That's what TV's about, programming, okay? So, time for us to do some of our own programming, okay? And again, we're going to use this the sacred pattern of the universe, which is the flower of life. Okay, and we're going to say an affirmation or mantra to go with it. I'm also going to post this on my blog so you could actually print it out, slap it on your wall, and say it. Now, what I am suggesting that you say it to really help affect all of the beings in Gaia is for 3 days. That's all I'm asking for, is 3 lousy days, 3 days. And if you could do it at sunrise and at sunset, even better, you know, but at least once a day, okay? Put in that dedication once a day. We're going to write in that awakening energy that's going on right now, okay? The quickening energy, so we can have that ascension jump for 2019. All right, so I'm just going to hold it up right here, and I will say it. Hopefully I could see it. I will say it, and you can repeat after me. I now declare with intention, with clear intention, I am a sovereign being of divine love. I call back my power full and complete. I break all vows of giving away my power. I release the lie that my power may be taken away from me. I stand in my sovereignty now and forevermore as a being of universal divine love. Of unconditional divine love. I'll say it again. I now declare with clear intention, I am a sovereign being of divine love. I call back my power full and complete. I break all vows of giving away my power. I release the lie that my power may be taken away from me. I stand in my sovereignty now and forevermore as a being of unconditional divine love. So mote it be, and it is so. Okay. I get so hot when I start saying my affirmations. I start sweating like crazy. So if that happens, also when you meditate with the flower of life and you're saying your affirmation and looking into the flower of life, just know that it does cause vertigo. You do start seeing different things. It does trigger things in you. Okay, it triggers different, asleep genes, the so-called junk DNA. It triggers all of that. It gives you an ascension boost and jump also, okay? So as you say it, I want you to look into it. Like you said, you could say each line and look into it. And when you're done saying all your lines, just, give it as long as you can, a good, 5, 10, 15 minutes of just looking into the flower of life and then closing your eyes and just standing in your sovereignty as an unconditional divine being of love, okay? And this will also help, of course, your own family, okay? If you want to say we, you could say we, okay? But start with I, because it was that one monkey who did his own thing that spread out to thousands of monkeys. Okay? Macaque monkeys. So it took that one monkey to do it, to trigger it. And then once that 100th monkey happened, it tipped the scales and all the monkeys started doing it. So the scales are like tipping, tipping, tipping. It's starting to fall over. Let's turn it over. Let's turn it over by doing this. Okay? So I hope everybody is on team love and light, okay? Light warriors, and we could do this together and tip those scales, okay? Lady V out, victory to the light. We got this. We're there.